How choreographers use modern dance to reflect society and make political statements through the years. Modern dance is both political and nonconformist. Over many years, it has evolved as a counter to the status quo and respectability politics. For this project, I look at 4 Black choreographers and some of their significant works and analyze how they are in relation to the social, political state. Katherine Dunham pioneered a wave of choreography that focused on the Caribbean cultures of the Black diaspora. Her anthropological research allowed her to create authentic reflections that revealed a connection between society and art. This is best represented by her work Southland. Southland is a dramatic ballet that tells the story of a Black man being lynched. In 1951, this dance premiered at the Teatro Municipal in Chile and distressed the Chilean American Embassy as they considered it anti-American. Because of their distress, Southland was never performed in the United States and only Chile and France. Katherine Dunham was immensely active in domestic and international rights issues. Her decision to expose the truth about the horrific effects of America's racism affected her ability to share her work, as the U.S. did not want to see her as an ambassador the way they did other dance companies that they financially supported to perform abroad. Revelations by Alvin Ailey provides the audience an insight on the traditions and feelings of the Black American community. It is an invitation into the culture and lifestyle of Black Americans that are living through the Civil Rights era. It demonstrates that through adversity and trauma, an amazing and powerful culture emerges. This is a powerful piece, not just because of the choreography, but because it humanizes and embraces Black people and their resilience. And humanizing an oppressed community can influence a society and bring them one step closer to equality. Thomas Prestø, a biracial Norwegian artist, grew up dealing with unimaginable racism, including being beaten, burned, and raped with bottles by the neo-Nazis that permeated his small Norwegian town. In order to escape the abuse of his childhood, his grandfather brought him to Barcelona and became his first Caribbean dance teacher. In 1997, Thomas founded the Tabaka Dance Ensemble and created his own codified technique entitled Talawa that utilizes a combination of African, Caribbean, and contemporary movements. In an interview with Dr. Gladys Francis, Thomas discusses the qualms that come with being a Black artist and the terminology that comes with it. They discuss the way Black art is referred to, such as Black dance, ethnic dance, minority, etc., and how it is determined by the current political debates or issues that are present in the nation. Kyle Abraham founded his company Abraham in Motion in 2006. His work focuses on the experiences of Black people in America. He has choreographed dances that focus on the various forms of violence that currently affect the Black community, as well as dances that focus on Black history. In Kyle Abraham's piece Pavement, he tackles the topic of violence, including gang violence, police brutality, and more. This piece is about the long history of violence and discrimination that has plagued the Homewood in the Hill District in Pittsburgh. Homewood was originally a booming art town in the 30s and 40s, but as Black people started moving in, it slowly started to be seen by leading real estate corporations as an undesirable living area. This area is an original example of redlining, a real estate practice that disenfranchises Black and other people of color by withholding services, specifically home loans, because of where they reside. By the late 80s and early 90s, Homewood began to crumble as their population dropped by nearly half and guns and drugs were introduced to the community. Pavement is performed on a basketball court in plain clothing, accompanied by a variety of music, including hip-hop, house, and classical. He is an important figure because he epitomizes everything Black historical dancers and choreographers worked for. He is a successful artist who employs and supports Black art. He is unapologetic about his concepts, which is groundbreaking considering how Black dancers like Katherine Dunham have been treated in history. These choreographers represent different generations of Black artists, and it's telling to see how similar their stories are. Racism in society has tortured and oppressed Black people for centuries. These choreographers and their works are examples of protest. They are a push against racism in society while also telling the stories of our Black family. Creating political and activist work will always be impactful because it reflects the times and often it reveals the ugly truth about social issues. It is a way to evoke critical thinking in order to create solutions to the problems we face. These are all the sources that helped me with my research.